Orchard Park, New York. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Now running here with Jaden Blue. He's going to be hauled down on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota. Shotgun snap, he'll get to Blue. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
And this one does not go far.
There's no question, Kate, the big play is down the seam, or with big tight ends, a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. They get this down to the 28. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. As a man, Justin Jefferson. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Will Reichard the kickoff for
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Allen taken right to the air. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
Second down. Here's Allen again. He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Bills have a first down.
10 at the 48-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He's throwing deep to the left side. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to stop him, but he got enough to make it 1st and goal from the 8.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Going the wrong way. It's 2nd and goal now, back at the 12. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. Well, for a great opening drive, this is where you can run into that speed bump. We see it all the time, getting down near the end zone and trying to find your way in.
Yep, operated so well and efficiently, but when you get into the scoring zone, the red zone, that's when the pressure ramps up.
Defense bringing in a 5th DB, 3rd and goal. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That one connects. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
A 21-yard attempt.
Bass's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Bass now to kick this away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So good field position to start with for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Caught by the open man. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory. Receiver in motion, going left. On the give, it's Blue. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. In motion, a receiver left. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
We've set it down from 37. Who gets the handoff? Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Pulls it at the 7. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings get 6 more on their early advantage. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. A quick second score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines, because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker, because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
That one splits the uprights, and the Vikings drive their lead to 11. So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. The scoreboard reads 14-3. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Allen. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. Stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Buffalo first. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable, and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. Again, Allen to the air. Couple defenders there, and they're going to intercept it. And the Vikings have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Now put one of the tight ends in motion. From the shotgun, McCarthy. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
This one goes for 3 yards. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
At the 39-yard line.
Now McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
McCarthy throwing here. He throws a bullet to the center. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Taylor wrapping to pick that one off. And the Bills will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
First down now, ball at the 33. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and 20.
That was a situation where I think the previous drive, really affected the decision-making there. Coming off a pick, he wasn't about to challenge the coverage. Instead, he just took his medicine.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Geez, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
The Bills will turn to their kicker, Tyler Bass, for the field goal try. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Pretty big kick for him. Actually, a new season long. And when you do that, guess what happens? You're going to get called upon from that distance yet again.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. On the return, here's Jones. He's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. So that's going to take us, Brock, to our 2-minute warning of this first half. More from Highmark Stadium in just a moment. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Blue. He cuts it to the right sideline. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. A 28-yard pickup there. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory. Going to the ground again on 1st. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by Cole Bishop.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Here's McCarthy to throw. Look at that power, deep left side. He's got it inside the 10. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings grow their lead just before halftime. Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings lead by 15 now.
21, Bill 6. Will Reichard.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball for the 35 to begin this drive. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Allen looking to throw. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Wanted to fit that one into Davante Adams. And now they face 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to the air. Allen escapes the pocket. And finds Adams downfield. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. Back to throw now, Allen. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
And 13.
Hey, home. What's that?
Allen. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
On 1st down, Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. So Buffalo's going to call it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
This one's caught. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
He's got it. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills could make it a 1-score game as they cut it to 9 before half. It's a James Cook touchdown. Bass gets the extra point to go. And the Bills get it back to within 1 score.
21. Bills 13. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here.
At their own 20-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Back to throw it. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Cole Bishop. And the Bills do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3-and-out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Round 80.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Left side into the hands of Shakir. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now.
Regular.
They'll air it out on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Bills with a punt team out there. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And this just gets past the 20 before going out.
At their own 19-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. They'll run the toss to Blue. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Has him on the quick hitter. He's going to get this one at the 36-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
McCarthy fires out wide, complete. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Throw right side, caught by Fannin. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. All set now, 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end left.
First down, Minnesota.
They'll start the drive with Blue. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. To the right, hauled in by Jefferson. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They'll get 16 yards on that play. And the Vikings are going to have a first down. Man in motion here. On first down, it's Blue. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful run.
And he'll bring it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. Reichert on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings lead by 15 now.
Bills 13. Will Reichard to kick off.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He puts some juice on the deep throw down the middle.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
2nd down, here's Allen again. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's quickly taken down with a gain across midfield. They're now to the opposing 47. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Allen. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Bills have a 1st down.
At the 36-yard
Alert,
line.
alert, alert! 180! What's that?
To the air again, Allen. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
This is Cook. And without much room to work, he has a minimal gain on the final play of the 3rd quarter. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Allen to throw. On the move, headed right. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Dalton Kincaid, the intended target there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's Justin Simmons. And the Vikings get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Blue running to the right. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd and 6.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. He's going deep. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. That's Cole Bishop. And the Bills have some new life in the 4th.
Okay, I think you can almost sense a little bit of a hesitant spark out there. Nobody is going to get too excited. You're still down 2 scores, but there's a little flash of hope, a little flash of optimism. Their defense just gave the offense by taking the ball away.
And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing here, Allen. Right side into the hands of Adams. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 18.
Middle,
That's
middle,
good
middle,
for
middle.
Bills. First down.
Half a bond, half
First and 10 at the 35.
First down throw for Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Brings up second and 14.
Alert, alert, alert.
At the 38-yard line.
What's that?
Now Allen. He's in trouble and gets blocked out again. And hopefully they'll have some better blocking on the next play because that was not good. Brings up third down.
Kate, that was so good, really, on two levels there defensively. Number one, with an athletic quarterback, you've got to keep him in the pocket. They did. And then more importantly, and in this case, you got to finish him. Job well done.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Fourth and forever coming up.
What's that?
Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced. Brock had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Viking 18. Warriors 7, trap 60, trap 60.
There's McCarthy on first and 10. This is Jefferson, and he's got it. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings making a three-score game in the fourth. It's a Justin Jefferson touchdown. His third through the air this game. That's up and through for the point after. And the Vikings grow the lead now to 22 points.
Will Reichard.
Here's Reichard set to kick this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up first and 10. Allen looking to throw. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
What's that?
Throwing from the gun here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
16 yards.
First and 10 now from the 46.
First down. First and 10 at the
Here's Allen.
46-yard line.
That's with Adams again. And he's brought down after a short game. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
From the left side, taken in by Adams. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Third and 4 coming up now.
Brings up third and 4.
What's that?
To throw again, it's Allen. Got a man, that's Kincaid. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. So a new set of downs. Here we go, first and 10.
What's that?
Allen going to throw again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And their fourth sack of the game right there brings up second down.
Second and 17.
This overwhelming pressure in these sacks after sacks after sacks. Well, it's built this lead, and you know it's the way they want to finish it.
What's that?
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. That's brought in downfield by Kincaid. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills get it back to within 2 possessions. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. So Allen lining the Bills up to go for 2.
The Bills are lining up great.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And the conversion is no good.
some second guessing of that play after the miss. I think it was just an instant of the defense guessing the call correctly and right on the spot.
And this is covered by the Vikings hands team. And they take the attempted onside kick all the way back. Touchdown! Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings stretch the lead to 23.
Bills 19. Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. On return, here comes Davis. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
319! It's on!
Allen setting up to throw. Oh, brother, it's another interception. That's Justin Simmons.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
And 19, 5 in, 70 range.
They're going to pass it here. Finds him over the middle. He gets this down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They've got a man in motion.
70 Lions!
Going with Blue here. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Cowboy 18 rattle.
A 3rd down run with Blue. And that 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. Man, this one is